I caught them in the act. Like, I saw them doing it.
But then you kept dating him afterwards?
After, yeah. I mean, we got into a fight. We didn't talk for like a week or so, and then I forgave him. Like, toxic girl shit. Like, you know, I'm like, I know none of you are surprised.
Wait, how old were you?
I was 18.
Okay.
19, 18.
Okay, so...
Yeah, I was 18.
You
yeah.
started... Sure.
Yeah.
Welcome to Unattainable. Glad to have you with us and hope you'll continue to be a part of our family for the foreseeable future. And if so, please hit that subscribe button. You can watch and listen to our show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all the other platforms. Today, we have a very special guest here. A singer, Keella. How's it going?
Thank you. Hi, it's going perfect. I'm
Hello.
so happy to be here. So excited.
Glad to have you here. Introduce yourself a little bit.
Okay, well, my name is Keella Garre. I am 20 years old. I'm a singer-songwriter from Spain, and I've been living in America for about 5 years, and I grew up in between Spain and Sweden. That's basically the short story of who I am.
So you speak Spanish,
English, and Swedish.
and Swedish.
Yes.
Nice. 3 languages. You speak pretty good English, though.
Thank you. Thank you. Honestly, I find it that it's really easy for me to learn new languages. It's like my hidden talent. If I go somewhere where they don't speak the same language as me, I'll probably learn it in about 6 months to
Oh, you
3
pick up
to
pretty
6.
quick.
Yeah, very, very quick.
Nice.
Really good at imitating accents as well. So, I'm trying to learn French now. So we're going there.
Trying meaning like you've started or?
Yeah, I've started already. I know how to say I don't speak French in French. Je ne parle français. So.
Tu parles français?
No. You speak
We
French?
say un peu.
Un peu.
Yeah.
Je ne parle. No, un peu. I speak a little bit. Yeah. A little bit.
All right, good. Nice. So, how long have you been singing?
So, essentially, I've been singing my whole life, but professionally, I would say a year. It's been a year since I started recording actual music and, kind of diving into the music industry. It's been a year now.
Did you take any classes prior?
No, I still haven't ever taken any singing classes or songwriting classes, nothing. I've honestly just explored my bare talent. That's what I'm doing right now. But no, I hope to start singing lessons soon just to learn breathing control while I sing because that's really important and that's something that I don't really know how to do as well.
Right.
So I'm trying to go there right now.
Nice. Obviously there's a ton of YouTube videos out there on those subjects.
Yeah.
Which I think could be a good start for.
I like it, but I'm really bad with discipline or not discipline, but doing something alone, unless I have someone there to help me. So I don't like doing the YouTube stuff because it just bores me. And especially when it comes to singing lessons, the exercises are really weird. So if I'm in my house alone doing I don't like it. I'd rather go somewhere and have it be more professional set up and have an actual teacher that can teach me what to do.
Interesting. Yeah, I understand that. I think having a structure of some sort that somebody's there to give you is helpful to a lot of people, whereas self-learning could be
hard for sure. I mean, at least for me, I've always had not a problem but an issue with learning at school, etc. I never really had you go to school, you go do your homework. My life was really all over the place growing up. So even now as an adult, it's really hard for me to learn new things unless I have someone there to really just teach me it. Interesting.
Okay, so you grew up in Spain or in Sweden?
So I grew up in Spain my whole life. But when I was 8, my mom met this guy from Sweden and they fell in love. They had a kid together and then they moved to Sweden. So then all my life from when I was 8 till I was 16, I would move back and forth from Sweden to Spain. So up to 8 years old, I lived in Spain, born there. And then when I turned 8, we kept moving back and forth from not New York, from Sweden and Spain. Yeah.
So you stay with your dad in Spain?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you would go to your mom's in Sweden.
Yeah. So I would spend about 3 months in each place, back and forth until I was 16.
So you have one half sibling.
No, so I have 2 half brothers on my dad's side, and then I have 1 half sister on my mom's side. Yeah.
How's Christmas like?
Well, usually my whole life I spent Christmas with my dad and then New Year's with my mom, because my mom's birthday is on the 29th of December. So I'd always do that. Spend New Year's with my mom, Christmas with my dad.
So you don't get 2 gifts, you just get 1.
I mean, honestly, my mom always gives me my gifts like 3-4 weeks before Christmas. And literally on Christmas, I never have anything to open, so I don't really care. But
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like now I don't get presents because I'm old. Like, I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't get presents anymore.
Wow. I still like to get presents.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't get presents anymore. I think I stopped getting presents when I was 16. And then now, well, I guess now I get adult people presents. Like, my mom will buy me like something for my house or socks. Well, she actually gave me my boob job for my birthday, not for Christmas. That was my Christmas present.
You said adult people for a second. I was like,
yeah,
like dildos?
No, not adult. Like, I didn't mean like adult gifts, but like, you know, like you're not a kid anymore. Grown up gifts for sure.
Getting your boob job, one of them.
Exactly. That was a good present though.
You got it here?
No, I got it in Miami. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So that's within the past 5. So I mean, yeah, because you're 20 years old, you have to
3 months ago
be a certain. Although I heard that if you wait until I don't know if that actually applies to Miami or not, but I know in LA or in California, for sailing, is it, or for there are 2 types, like it's sailing and then there's like another type. I can't remember the name of it, but for one of them you have to be like 22 or something in order to be able to get it. Wow. So it seems like you didn't do a lot of research going into it. He's just kind of winged it.
I just wanted a boob job, so I was like, okay. So I just booked it and then
just showed up to the doctor?
Yeah, literally. I booked it and then I paid for it and then I went in on my surgery day and then I came out with double D's.
You are joking.
I swear.
Wow.
I don't even think they asked for my age, honestly. I went to a kind of creepy place, but not really. Like, it was really cheap. And then I saw their work and I was like, fire, like I really like it. And then they were having a promotion, so I got it even cheaper. And I went on on YouTube to do my little research about the place, and everyone had the same experience. It was like, my surgery was delayed. They told me to be there at 2 p.m. I didn't even go into the surgery room until 5. Like, it was a horrible experience, but my boobs came out great. And literally my whole entire experience there was amazing. Like, from my pre-op to my post-op to the day of surgery, like everything went so well, so smoothly. Like, literally 5 stars I would give them. But it was, honestly, I was just lucky. Like, I keep meeting a lot of girls and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you got a boob job for $3,000 and they came out that nice. I'm like, I know.
You gave $3,000 for what, triple D's you said? Double D's.
Well, I mean, I was completely flat chested.
Well, yeah. And I think people have this notion of like, when you say double D's, it sounds like a massive thing. But if you have small structure.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like, it's relevant to the size of your body.
Exactly. So. Like, I do have a double D, but they don't look like them. They look like normal for my body.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. I cannot believe you just winged it like that. That's like such a...
I had the opportunity, so I took it. It's like, okay. My mom was like...
Yeah, but the money was not going to go anywhere.
I don't know. My mom be spending money in crazy. So when she had it, I was like, let's go. Let's go, baby. Like, she would have spent on some dumb shit. Like...
You had an opportunity to make a dream become a reality. That is funny.
Take all the opportunities you can, guys. If a door opens, don't shut it.
Oh man, I had an ex-girlfriend who had a guy pay for her boob job, who lived in.
That's a very LA thing. Like, a lot of girls here have boob jobs and they're like, oh my God, yeah, my friend.
He lived in like Greece or something, and he was just like, send me a picture, and then just like paid for it.
Wow, that's crazy.
He paid like $8,000 or something like that.
Yeah, boob jobs are usually anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000. Yeah.
Especially in LA, I mean, they're like more expensive. For $3,000,
people usually go to Miami to get their boobs done.
For $3,000, you're getting anything decent. I mean,
it was a good deal.
I don't want to freak you out, but like...
No, it was a good deal. And they're amazing. They have 2 chips in them. So like if anything goes wrong, my doctor gets a text, and like if there's anything wrong with the implant at all, because it's like new technology. Before, like 10-15 years ago, you had to get your boobs redone after 5 years of having them because the silicone would go bad.
Right.
But now it doesn't do that.
Yeah, silicone and saline. That's what.
Silicone and saline. Yeah. So mine are silicone gummy bears. So, yeah.
That's crazy. You're just like that. You just like
I'm
go
very
through life.
Spontaneous. My whole life I've never really had stability, like something that's steady. So I'm really used to just like jump, go places, move around, make decisions on the go, and like just dealing with the consequences later. Like that's very much my vibe. Like I live through that for sure.
That's funny. Although kind of ironic, though, you brought a bodyguard with you.
No, he's not a bodyguard. No. Honestly, I like bringing friends places. Like whenever I go to the studio, I have my studio session. Like I like bringing my friends with me because they kind of just bring me comfort, you know? So yeah, I didn't want to come here alone. I was like, oh, come, Jacob.
No, I'm joking. Every once in a while, I think to myself that somebody you've never met or somebody that I don't know should like bring somebody with them, and like people show up here alone and I'm like, really?
Yeah,
like you don't know where you're going.
You don't know. At least I'm very cautious. Like that's something that I've had to go through in my life, is being like self-aware of that I'm responsible for my well-being and my safety. So like I'm that's something I'm really good at. I'm really good at keeping myself safe and not going places that are sketchy, etc., etc. But like, yeah, you never know. Like at the end of the day, you did hit me up on Instagram.
Right.
Like, you know, I have no idea who you are. Like I could come here and get killed. So I was like, come.
Exactly.
But I didn't have those feelings coming here. I've honestly been really excited.
No, I know that, and that's great. I'm just saying, like, I would think that women would be more cautious.
Of course, you would think. You would think, and especially in LA too. When I used to live here, it was my friends would do the craziest shit. I'm like, how do you do that? You're just asking to get like kidnapped at this point.
Yeah. Okay, so you live in Miami currently.
Yes.
And you've lived there for the past 5 years, the full 5 years?
So I moved to America 2016. I moved to Miami because my mom was there. So I lived there with her for about 6 months. I hated it. I hated Miami. I didn't know English. I didn't know any of that. So I moved to New York because I started modeling and I got a contract. So I moved to New York, lived there for 2 years, and then moved to LA, lived here for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. And now I've been living in Miami since April.
So you moved
a lot.
Yeah. Like a bunch, but why move so much?
Well, that's kind of what I grew up with, really. Like my dad would always move around Spain, like my whole life growing up. Like we wouldn't be in a place for more than 2 months. And then same with my mom, she would move around a lot in Sweden. And then I'm just comfortable with moving. So when I came here, I had the opportunity to go to New York. I tried it out, loved it, lived there for 2 years, would never go back ever. And then had the opportunity to come to LA, lived here, loved it, stayed here for 2 years. And then I went to Miami in quarantine because I wasn't happy here, and I liked it. It was cool, so I stayed.
So, but so you like Miami better than
I like
any
Miami
other...
better than any other place that I've lived in. Yeah, the lifestyle, the people. I feel like it's much happier, much cleaner energy.
It is more similar to Spain, also. No.
Not necessarily. There's just a lot of Latino people there, so like there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people out there. But
I guess in that sense,
no, it's cool. I'm half Cuban, so they're my people.
Right? No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like it more
feels homey.
Yeah,
for sure. And then I also like the people there much better than I do out here in LA. I think Miami is honestly the perfect mix in between LA and New York, because you have the city, but then you also have the warmth, like. You can go out, but then you can also just chill. I feel like in LA and Miami, it's one or either or, one or the other.
Interesting.
Kind of.
But the music industry is a lot better here, though.
So it is, for sure. I have a studio session today, actually. That's why I came to LA, because I have some sessions here.
Nice.
I like the music scene here is really good, but when you live in LA and you do music and you're a female, it is very hard to like make music here. I lived here for 2 years And I didn't even get to start making music till a year ago, literally 2 months before quarantine. So it kind of like, it doesn't really matter.
Because you rely on other people to help you out do it.
And then also like living here, people like assume. So now that I live in Miami, I'm actually finding a lot more like music work out here because I'm kind of like harder to reach now. So like whenever I'm in town, you're going to come see me, you know, which I like that much better than living here and being more accessible where like producers don't take you as seriously.
You're a commodity now.
Exactly. Now I'll pull up and people are like, okay, she's here. Let's work.
That's hilarious. So how often do you come to LA? Like,
well, this is my first time back since I moved. So I haven't been back since April. So it's been a long time. It's almost a year. But now that everything is kind of slowly getting a little bit back to normal out here in LA, I think I'm going to come out once a month to twice a month. Just to record and work because there is work here now for me. So
what do you do for work?
For like money?
Yeah.
Well, I have 2 businesses. So I have a clothing brand and then I have Garre by Keella, which is like my actual personal brand, which hasn't dropped yet. But I do drop shipping, a lot of drop shipping.
Plug your shit real quick.
No, it's fine. Honestly, it's really low key. Like it's nobody even knows I do any of this. Like it's not out there, but it's literally just like a woman's brand for like random shit. Like yeah, like I literally sell like makeup vanities or like maybe like a cute thong or like a shirt that says like mom or something. Like it's really drop shipping vibes. Like it's nothing specific or targeted. It's just like honestly a money making machine. It's just like yeah. But I do that and then honestly I just vibe. Money just comes to me. Honestly, I am a huge manifester. So literally like I don't really worry about it and it just comes to me. So I be waking up randomly with like a check and I'm like, oh, love that. Manifested you yesterday.
Hilarious.
I'm like came in clutch.
I literally have a friend of mine coming by at 4 to shoot. And on that episode, we're talking about manifestation because he doesn't believe in it. But
stop, you need to change his mind.
But it's ironic because he's very successful.
Wow.
And he does like he basically achieves all the goals.
Well, I feel like people manifest without really like knowing they're manifesting. Like my best friend, she like obviously like now she's really into manifesting, but like she's always manifested everything in her life, but she didn't really know that she was manifesting. I guess when it comes to manifesting is more about believing your own lies. Like that's how I like kind of put sense to it. It's like I don't have this right now, but if I act like I have it, I will have it eventually. You know, it's like fake it till you make it kind of. Like that's what manifesting is to me. Like I'll say I have $1 million in my bank account and I swear to you $1 million will come to my bank account. Like it's crazy. It's the craziest shit. Like I'll say anything and as long as I believe it, truly it happens. Like literally I was watching podcast videos for literally like 2 weeks and I was like, I want to be in a podcast. I'm going to be in a podcast. Isn't literally like out of nowhere I'm here. Like it's funny. It's really funny. That's
hilarious. Maybe I'll hit you up and be like, hey, manifest this for me.
I got you. I'm like, I'm really good at it now. Yeah. I think life in general, I'm the type of person that like I always take things very seriously, but I'm kind of learning to just like not worry about it because it's gonna be fine. And literally it's always that way. That's why I just don't stress anymore. I'm like, I may not have my rent money right now, but I know when rent's due, I'm gonna have it. So I don't mind it, you know? Like I kind of just live my life like that now. I'm just like, it'll be whatever it wants to be, like, you know.
That is hilarious.
I find it to be much more relaxing to live a life where you have no worries.
That's relaxing to you?
Oh yeah, what? Having no worries? Yeah, I'm a super overthinker. I'm a super control freak of everything. So now that I'm finally like letting go and I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like whatever happens will happen. And like, obviously I'm here, I'm a human. I'll have to figure it out. Like, you know, and as long as I don't hurt anyone, I'm just chilling.
Yeah, but why not live with a structure that you would know what's going to happen rather than living a life that you just don't care what's going to happen? You see the difference?
It's not that I don't care what's going to happen. It's that I know everything is going to be fine. Like that's the difference, you know, like I do have a structure, you know, like I have a cat, I have home, like I have bills, like, you know, I have like a structure, but I just try not to worry beyond what I can handle, you know?
What you can't control.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like if I can't control this at the moment, I don't care. And that's something that I've struggled a lot in my life. So I'm working on that now, and I'm really just like, fuck, like, look, we're humans. We live in this shitty ass world. Like there's nothing you can fucking do about it. So just relax, worry about it another day. Like you'll be fine. Money comes to you easily and quickly from different sources, and it's here to stay.
Right.
So.
Well, it's not here to stay, but.
Of course it is, because we want to be abundant at all times.
Oh, you mean like in a sense that money will never go anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sure.
It's going to keep coming consistently.
Right. Oh, that's funny. I guess I agree with some of that in a sense that you can't control everything.
Exactly. And at least for me, like coming from so many different places, I've been in so many different like states, countries, like moving up, going around, like I'm just not there for the worrying and all the adult stuff. Like I'm just kind of I'm mature. I make sure my bills are all paid on time. I make sure my credit score stays up. And I just have fun, you know? Like, what else is there to do? One day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be 50 and I'm going to remember all these fun times and I'm going to appreciate it, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it seems like you got your shit together, which is the most important part of it.
Like, the base is there. I swear I'm not crazy.
Yeah, like, no. Because in the beginning, you started to sound like you're just, like, winging it and like going through it, but you don't. I mean, you got your shit together.
Of course, no, yeah. I have my essential stuff like locked in.
Especially when you said that credit score thing. That's like,
I mean,
you're 20 years old and you even know what a credit score is. It's like,
no. I mean, I've been on my own since I was 16. Like, when I moved to America, I literally just like moved away from my mom, and I've been taking care of myself for the longest time. Growing up, I had to take care of my mom because she wasn't like in her best like state of mind. So like I'm very mature, I have a really good head on my shoulders. I just try to have fun, you know, because you can get really involved in like the world and, you know, be really worried about what's going on at all times. So I try to like be an adult but make it fun, you know?
Yeah.
Make it chill.
16, when you moved here, you moved alone?
Yeah, so my mom moved to Miami, and then 6 months later she asked me like, hey, like, do you want, it's honestly, the story is a lot more complex than that, but basically, long story short, she asked me to come to Miami. So I came to Miami, lived with her for 6 months. Me and my mom have a good relationship when we're apart. We don't really get along when we're together, and we can definitely not live under the same roof. So we were not getting along at all. So I packed my bags and I was like, look, like, I don't want to finish high school. I don't give a fuck about high school. I'm going to be a singer. So I just packed my bags, went to New York, lived there for 2 years. It was the craziest time of my life. Like, actually, I could have not picked a better time to be 17 or 16 and be somewhere than New York. Like, I swear. Like, I could not do that right now as a 20-year-old, for sure.
What do you mean? What's it like? What happened?
Okay. Well, I moved to New York when I was 16, and I moved there into a model house.
Sure.
Right? Because it was my agency's model house. But then I was going crazy. Like, I was that's when I was 16, 17, that was my rage stage. Like, from 16 to 18. That was my rage stage. I was in New York that whole time, and I was just drinking a lot. I would go out 7 nights a week. I went out 7 nights a week for 2 years straight. Like, I'm not kidding. I swear. If I look old, it's because of those 2 years. Like, literally. Like, I would go out every single day, party my ass off. I would grab shot glasses, and I would put half tequila, half vodka in the same shot. Take 4, I used to call them the bombs. I would take 4 bombs and literally like gone. When I'm talking about trash, screaming everywhere, being the center of attention, like, you could go to New York anywhere, like out in like the scene, and like you would say my name and they would know you. Like, actually, it was crazy. But yeah, I did that, and then when I turned 18, I moved to LA, and then did LA, which was fun.
Wow. Okay, well, you're skipping a lot of crazy stuff in between that.
Yeah, a lot. So. I'm like, I don't even know where to go. No, like, a lot.
Okay, but so I've seen that story play out multiple times. Right?
Yes.
but it seems like you got out of it with your heads intact.
Thank God. I almost didn't, but thank God. Yeah, no, it was crazy. Promoter apartments, all that. Like, I went through all of that. Even in LA, I lived in promoter apartments too, for the first like 6 months, and then I got my own place. I'm like, oh, thank God. But I didn't have a green card until last year, December. So it was really hard for me to really like find my like place here because I was, first of all, underage, no green card, parents in Europe, no money. So it was really hard to find like a real place to stay or like live because obviously I can't sign a lease, I can't get my own apartment. So promoter apartments honestly saved my life for the most part. Yeah. For the biggest part.
It just depends whose, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was in like everyone's. Like I literally
you just went around.
No, like in New York for the 2 years I lived there, I probably lived in 5 different ones, and then in LA for the 6-7 months that I lived in one, I lived in like 3-4, like different ones. Because, you know, they're not really long-term.
Well, it depends whose, but yeah.
Yeah, they're not really long-term places. So, but thank God now I have my own penthouse in Miami. I'm like, we've grown a lot since then.
How did you get your green card? Through your mom?
Yes. So my mom is Cuban, born and raised there. So America used to have a thing. I don't know if they have it anymore, but Cubans get their green card within a year and a day of living here. So she got hers, and then I got mine.
Right. Wow, that's some story.
I know. I'm like, it's crazy.
Did you experience anything? Have you experienced anything like negative, traumatizing throughout this time? Because you seem very upbeat and like chill.
Yeah.
And like you've been lucky to like get through the stuff that you've gone through.
Yeah.
You know? But also, I can't imagine a scenario that you weren't in.
99% of my life has been trauma.
Oh, really?
I'm like, yeah, like I hide it well, but yeah, no, I've gone through a very, very fucked up shit my whole life since the beginning of it. I would say that maybe once I moved to America, it got better. Like, no, not too crazy traumatizing stuff has happened so far, but I mean, it's like anything. It was hard living here for the 4 years that I've been living here, especially in the beginning of it. Now I'm chilling, you know. Now I'm good. Now I have an apartment, I have a cat, you know, like
yeah, it looks like you found the door.
Exactly. Yeah, like now I'm good. But for the last like 3 years, yeah, for sure, a lot of crazy stuff happened, like being kicked out of places, not knowing where to go, not having any money.
Where did you get kicked out of?
Oh, everywhere. Like, I've gone kicked out of a lot of places. Like, yeah.
Because you were a crazy person.
No, not because not because I was crazy. Essentially, well, okay. So one of the places I got kicked out of was because kicked out.
A model apartment.
Yeah, it was because I had been there for too long. So like I had been there for like almost like 3-4 months. So I was like, okay, I need to go. So I didn't really get kicked out of that one. But then another one, I got kicked out because I got into a fight with one of the girls. Because she fucked my boyfriend.
Oh boy.
And we literally shared a room, and I didn't really know her like that, but I invited her out to hang out with us, and then she fucked my boyfriend in the same room that I was in with him and everyone, and I just found them. So I got really mad, obviously, so I beat her ass, and then she like got really, really like obviously scared, so she went to the promoter and she was like, oh, Keella.
Okay, let's back up real quick. This is
like a lot. Yeah.
Okay. So
like,
how long have you been seeing this guy?
Oh no, I'm not with him anymore.
No, how long were you? How long had you been?
When
seeing
it happened, we had just started talking, and then after the fact, we dated for almost a year.
Okay, so but when did you find out?
No, I caught them in the act. Like I saw them doing it.
But then you kept dating him afterwards?
After, yeah. I mean, we got into a fight. We didn't talk for like a week or so, and then I forgave him. Like toxic girl shit. Like, you know, I'm like, I know none of you are surprised.
Wait, how old were you?
I was 18.
Okay.
19, 18.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I was 18.
You started. Sure.
Like, yeah.
You start hanging out with this guy.
Yeah.
And then.
He was 31 at the time. I'll add it. Like, Like, it just makes it even worse.
So he starts talking to you. But how long from the time you guys started talking until he cheated on you? Yeah.
Maybe a month.
Okay, so you guys were you exclusive? Like, had you guys talked about?
I mean, he was obsessed with me. So yeah, I was like, yeah, this is my man for sure.
Oh, so you were under the impression that you were, and then afterwards he convinced you that you guys weren't.
No. Afterwards, I mean, honestly, I wasn't really mad that he did it. I was mad at her because I'm like, bitch, you live with me. Like, you know, I didn't really care that he did it. When it comes to men, I don't really give a fuck. Like, you can do whatever you want. Like, I don't care. But it was more like on her part. I was like, bitch, you sleep right next to me. Like, I brought you around my man. And you're just going to fuck him. Like, that's ratchet, first of all. Fuck you.
What did she say? Like, what was her excuse?
She couldn't talk because I beat her up.
So
she just screamed a lot. She was like, help. I was like, no.
You didn't even let her talk?
No, I honestly, like, I'm not proud of it. But, like, I mean, I've had to defend myself a lot throughout my life. So I fight. Like, I've fought before, and I'm honestly good at it. So when I saw that, I honestly just went ham on her.
Where was she from?
I don't even know, but she was big. Like, she was taller than me.
Oh.
She was like heavier than me. Still beat her ass though. Like, seriously. But yeah, no, I found out. I'll tell you the story because it's actually funny. But I don't even know if I'm exposing myself now. But no, basically, my ex-boyfriend, he invited us. He's a rapper, so he invited us to go shopping. At the Grove. Like, we're just gonna hang out. No, it wasn't the Grove. Anyway, it was somewhere else. The place where there's a lot of really nice stores.
Century City?
No, it's in Beverly Hills.
Beverly Center?
No, it's like a strip with like a
Rodeo Drive.
Rodeo Drive. Yeah. So we went there. I'm like, bitch, I took you somewhere nice too. Like don't
it's
play.
Street.
Yeah, like, okay. So we went there. We were having fun. We were shopping, spending a lot of money. We were drinking Hennessy. Like, Hennessy just drives me crazy. Like, I love it, but it's the worst.
It's Hennessy's fault.
Oh, literally everything that I do when I'm on Hennessy, like, that's not me. I swear. It's a completely different bitch. Like, I don't know if I wish my best friend was here so she could tell you, like, I'm crazy on Hennessy. But anyway, yeah, we were drunk. Then he took us to dinner. It was me, her, my other friend, and then two of his friends and him. So it was a good group. We were chilling, drinking.
So 3 girls, 3 guys.
Yes, 3 girls, 3 guys, just hanging out. Nothing was going on between any of the other people together. Sure. Like, we were just all chilling. So we go back to his house and we're just continuing our party, you know, drinking, whatever. And his house was kind of like, imagine not a warehouse, but like, you know, when a big house has a little house.
Sure.
Okay, so it was the little house, and then like you would walk in, there's a studio, a kitchen, and then you go into the room, and then there's a bathroom, and then you keep walking straight, and there's like the living room area where like everybody's chilling. So this is funny, but we get there, and then the boys go to the main house, and they're just like doing whatever, and this girl comes up to me. We'll call her Lucy, and Lucy comes up to me, and she's like, I really need to shit. Hennessy does that to me. Like, I need to go to the bathroom really bad. And I was like, babe, like, go to the bathroom. Like, it's right there. Like, literally go. So she goes to the bathroom, and I kind of forget about her because I'm drunk. So I'm chilling. 2 of the boys come back. I still haven't seen the guy that I was talking to. 2 of the boys come back. So it's me, my friend Kat, and then the 2 boys. So we're just all chilling, sitting down, talking. 20 minutes pass by. I still haven't seen my ex, and I still haven't seen this girl. So I literally pay attention, and I hear the showers going. Like, the waters, like, I could hear it. And I was like, what the fuck? That's weird. Like, me thinking as a good fucking friend, like, literally, I'm like, me thinking there's something wrong with this girl. And I'm like, oh my God, like, maybe she's like puking or something's going on. So I literally go knock on the door, and I'm like, hey babe, like, are you good? She's like, I can't, I'm puking, like, I feel so bad right now. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you okay? I'm coming in. And she's like, no, like, it's fine. Like, I'm just not feeling good. So I go to the kitchen, I grab a butter knife, I pick the lock, you know, I walk in. And when I walk in, I literally see him sitting on the toilet and her literally on top of him, just like going at it. I was like, no fucking way. So I was in shock, obviously. So I close the door, I go into the room, I look at my friend Kat and I'm like, get your shit, we're leaving. He's fucking her in the bathroom. Like, I will never forget. I was like, literally like, let's go. Like, I was shaking. I called my Uber, everything. I walk out and they kept going. So they didn't care. We walk out of the house and
they saw you and they didn't stop?
No, they kept going. I literally like left. My Uber was literally outside. I have a leather jacket on. I have my bag with me. And I'm looking at my friend Kat and I was like, she disrespected me, right? Like, that's disrespectful. Like, how would you do that? And she was like, no, yeah, like, that was crazy. Like, I can't believe that happened. As soon as she agreed with me, I literally just like, I blacked out. Like, I blacked out. I literally was taking off my shit as I was walking into the house. I grabbed this fucking butter knife. I just stabbed the door because they wouldn't open it. So I literally go, I open the door, I grab this bitch, put her in the bathtub.
Pound on her.
I fucking went ham on her. And all I was saying, I was like, it's Keella fucking Garre, bitch. You don't disrespect me, ho. Like, literally went ham on her. Like, ham. She was just screaming and like, it was just crazy. And then I left and his friends gave me a ride home and they were like, you're a fucking rock star. And I'm like, I know. I'm like, they were so excited about it. I was like, but yeah, that's the story.
Oh man, that is.
Yeah, that's like not even 10%.
Okay, so he's got money. He's rich.
I don't know. I mean, he had money then because he was signed.
I'm talking about back then.
But back then, he was comfortable. I would say he was comfortable.
Okay, so
like label money, you know.
Sure. And you kept dating him afterwards because...
Yeah, so when it happened, apparently he was really shocked that I cared. But, like, he thought that I beat her up because I cared that he was fucking her. But in reality, I cared that she was fucking him, you know?
Sure.
Like, if it would have been any other random girl, I would have been like, okay, like, go ahead, like, you know, go crazy. But, like, it was the fact that, like, I invited this girl that I sleep literally right next to. And then... she did that to me. Like, I beat her up because I was mad at her.
I felt betrayed, yeah.
Yeah. But then he felt some type of way about it. He was like, wow, like, I love that. And I was like, okay. And we basically, because of that fight, I got kicked out of a promoter apartment. So I didn't have anywhere to live. Me and my friend Kat, we both didn't have anywhere to live. So obviously I was really stressed at the time. And I was just like telling him, like, fuck you. Like you did this to me. Like, now I have nowhere to stay, etc. We stayed at our friend's house for a week and then we made up and we stayed with him. Like, we moved in with him literally like 2 weeks after it happened. So I moved in with him, lived there for about a month or two, and then we just started dating, like, seriously. And I moved out and I would start living somewhere else with my friend, I think. I don't really remember. And we just dated for a year, and then maybe like 4 or 5 months into it, I moved in with him to his new house, and I just lived there until I moved out of LA last year.
How did that relationship end?
Well, I was very loyal and I just wanted him to be loyal, but he was a rapper, so he wasn't about it. And it was great. I mean, I literally still talk to him to this day. Like, I'm the type of person that I don't really like to hold grudges with, like, exes and stuff. Like, sure. I'd rather stay friends. Like, it didn't work out, but we shared really good moments. Like, I'll always care for him. He's super cool. Like, chills. It just didn't work out for us. Like, we had a really good relationship. All of his music is fucking about me. Every single song that he's ever came out with literally is about me. So, like, we made good music together. He taught me a lot about the music industry. I learned a lot from him. Like, I'll always be grateful for him, you know? Like, I don't know. He was like my first love too, which is like, sure. You know? So I'll always have respect for him.
He just didn't believe in monogamy.
He just, you know, rappers, how they act, that they're fucked up in the head and all broken. Like,
I don't.
Well, that's how they act.
I'll take your word for it.
All of them. They're just like, I'm so broken. I'm such a sad boy. Like, yeah, I just need bitches to fill up the holes. I'm like, okay, like, fine. You know, so that's kind of how it was. Like, he just wanted to fuck bitches, and I was like, not down for that. I gave him a threesome for his birthday last year. I'm like, good girlfriend. Yeah, because he was just like, he wanted to fuck other girls, and I was like, okay, let's do it together. But yeah, it just didn't end up working out for us. Like, what I wanted.
But you're not into threesomes. You just did that as like a one-time thing.
I mean, I like girls, but I'm not like the type of girl that likes to share. you know?
Sure.
Like, it's not fun. Like, I like all of the attention.
What's your birth? What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Of course you are. I was literally about to. I was just like the whole time I was like thinking it.
What's your sign?
Virgo.
Oh, wow. I love Virgos.
Really?
Yes, I actually really do. My roommate is a Virgo, and one of my closest friends, Jeff, is a Virgo. But no, I love Virgos. I am a Gemini, but my moon is in Cancer.
Okay.
And then my rising is in Leo, which kind of sucks, but it's okay. Like everyone, as soon as they meet me, they think I'm the worst person on earth. And then as soon as I open my mouth, my Cancer side comes out and they're like, oh my God, I love you. And I'm like, yes, me too. But everybody just thinks I'm mean at first.
I mean, you seem kind.
That's good.
I don't think my first expression of you was... Yeah, I didn't think anything negative at all.
Yeah, that's good. Now, I feel like it's more when I'm out because I do have like a resting bitch face.
Right.
And when I have a full face of makeup, like right now I have no makeup. I decided to not wear makeup today. I was like, I can't do it. I stayed up way too late yesterday. I was like, no makeup today. But when I do have a full face of makeup, a good outfit on, and I'm out, I do look like a huge bitch. Like, don't come near me type shit. Like, I have that guard up.
RBF.
Yes. Very much so.
That's funny. So currently you're single or you're in a relationship?
Okay, no, currently I'm single. Very fucking single. I'm like, it sucks. I'm actually in a situation right now, which is funny, but not really situation, but I used to like this guy. Like, I met him and I liked him, but then he liked me too at first. At first he liked me too. And then I was... this is so messy. So much tea right now, guys. But basically, okay, I used to talk to this guy. I liked him. Talked to him for like a month. He didn't want to be in a relationship, so I was like, bye. Then I was sad over that guy for like a couple weeks. Like, nothing crazy, you know. I get over guys pretty easily. So literally like 2 weeks go by, and I was really sad during that period of time. So I was going out a lot, drinking, doing my thing, going crazy on the Henny. So I met this guy during those 2 weekends that I was sad, and I liked him, but I was so sad over the other guy that I just tweaked out on him. Like, I was just really annoying with him, really like on top of him, all over the place. So I guess he stopped liking me, and then I started liking his friend. Okay. So yeah, because he went out of town, so I wasn't really around him, so I was more around his other friends. So then I liked him. Never hooked up with any of them. But I just like them, and yeah, and now they don't like me. Now we're just friends. I'm like, thank God I was able to.
Now none of them like you.
No, not in that way. Now I'm just a homie.
Sure,
which is good because I'm still in. I'm like, I love them so much. Like, they're my really close friends now. But I ended up liking like 3 people out of 5 in the group. I'm just a really loving person. Like,
what is up? What is up with you?
I don't know. Honestly, I just can't wait to get married. Like, really. Like, that's my ultimate goal. I'm like, by 22, I want to be married.
2 years.
Yeah. And it's not looking likely for me.
Well, okay. Let's break this down real quick because this is interesting. Okay. Is there a reason why you like these guys? Like, do you
Yes.
think there's a reason you like these guys?
100%. I think they tick what I like when I look at a guy. If you can tick most of my boxes, like, I'll like you automatically.
What are those boxes?
Okay, boxes are either be European or speak Spanish. So you can be anywhere from Europe and not speak Spanish, or be Latino, Hispanic, and speak Spanish.
Sure.
Like, it could be either or. Like, I'll like you if you don't speak Spanish, but it will probably be because you're from Europe. You know?
Gotcha.
And then, like, I'll like you if you speak Spanish, because that's a good box to tick for mine, because my dad doesn't speak English. So, like, obviously, if I'm going to get married one day, like, I need them to be able to communicate and get to know each other.
Sure. Yeah, but anybody could learn a new language.
Exactly. Other box is you have to be 6'2" and up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 6'2" and up for sure, because I'm a tall girl. And I don't like heels, but if I do wear heels, I would love it for my boyfriend to be a little bit taller than me.
Sure.
That's another box. Stable. I'm a really unstable person.
Sure.
So I need someone that's stable. So when I see someone that has a good job and like, you know, like they have their shit together, like they're chilling, good, young, good. Yeah, that's for sure a box of mine. I'm like, love young, independent, successful people.
What does young mean?
Like
under 40?
Yeah.
Okay.
Under like 35.
Okay, that's like okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's good. I feel like if you're 40 and up, you are already like set, you know.
You should be anyway.
Yeah, you should be. Yeah. Like if you're not, that's a problem.
Right.
But yeah, that's another box. What other boxes of mine? Honestly, obviously, like I have to be attracted to them.
Sure.
I think if they're cute, whatever. But yeah, so I meet a guy, and he's cute, has a good job, you know, like doesn't fucking work at Wendy's or something, like stable, you know. He's either white and from Europe or he's like Latino and mixed.
So these are like the main boxes, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this group of guys that you were hanging out with, they all take those boxes.
Crazy. It was actually crazy, and the not really the problem, but the situation was that I really liked one of them at first. Really, really liked him because I was just in awe at how well he ticked all of my boxes. I was like, wow, like I really like this guy. Like I want to marry you. Like I literally said it to him. But then he was going through a lot of things personally in his life, like really fucked up things that I had no idea about. And then I also tweaked out on him because I was sad over someone else. So like it was kind of like my own fault. But then he left town for like a week or two. And I started to get to know more the other people in the group. And then found myself really, really also liking this other guy in the group. But then obviously he couldn't be with me because I said that I liked him. Even though nothing... Oh.
It's all good.
Name. Love that. I said that I liked him. And it was just a lot. So now we're just all friends. And we chill. And it's completely fine. Like, I feel like I'm the type of person that, like, I fall in love easy. But then I also fall out of love just as easily. Like...
Wouldn't that mean that you never fell in love?
No, because I've definitely been in love with one person for a long time.
You think so?
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend, for sure. I loved him. But I still do. Oh my God, I hear a cat. I still do. But when it comes to liking, like, I guess I could say I'm a little bit boy crazy. Like, I, for sure, like boys. So I'll like you, you won't like me, and then you'll break my heart for like a week, and then I'll be fine. Like that's like the trajectory of how things usually go.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, it's crazy.
So your goal is now to find somebody who you could. Okay, is there a minimum of how long you would want to be in a relationship before you get married?
No, not really.
You just
fucking go for it. Just jump in. Fucking get married. Probably give somebody a green card.
Divorce is a lot more complicated than you think.
Honestly, I think they're complicated if you make it complicated.
No, they are complicated. They're like legally complicated.
Not really, because how I'm thinking it, I'm gonna marry someone, prenup up the ass. First thing you do.
It doesn't even matter. That's like besides the point.
Well, I feel like when it comes to relationships, like I'm not a really like hard person to deal with when it comes to all this. Like I'm not the type of girl that's gonna go crazy on you and like fucking like call the police and like do all that extra shit. Like if we're married, we want to get a fucking divorce, I'll call my lawyer, we'll sign up some papers, fucking sign that shit, and you're done.
Well, you're gonna need a prenup and a postnup,
of course,
and then that will probably
the only reason I want a prenup is because I don't want to deal, like if it were to happen that I get a divorce, I don't want to deal with the you get this, I get this. No, you get whatever you came in here with and I get what I came in here with. Period. You know?
You don't want a postnup. You know what a postnup is?
No, what is that?
It's what you what each person gets while you're married.
Yeah, no.
So during the marriage. So you don't want a postnup.
No, I don't want
now that's where it gets complicated.
Why?
Because then you still have to split the things that you did.
Well, this is how we'll do it. We were married for 3 years and we bought 4 houses, let's say, right? Who bought the house? Was it you with your money or was it me with my money?
But see, it doesn't matter. That's not how it works. If you don't have a postnup, then you could go after his and he could come after you regardless of whose money it was. It just makes no difference.
Okay, so maybe we'll fake the wedding. We'll just be married but nothing on paper.
So I'm like, you wouldn't be married legally.
So we would be married still. Like, people used to get married back in the day when they were gay and stuff, and they were still married. It was just not on paper. Like, that's something about the world that I don't really care. If I have a fucking wedding, a priest.
So you just want a wedding. That's all you want.
Okay. I just want a wedding.
Who's going to pay for the wedding, though?
Of course I will.
Okay.
I got money. Me and my husband will both.
So what you want to do is just find a boyfriend and then have a wedding.
Honestly, I'm just the type of person, I'm better if I'm in a relationship. Like, I'm just that kind of girl. For example, my best friend, she's not so much like that. She's way better off when she is not in a relationship and she can kind of just mingle around. I'm the type of person, like, I was born to be a wife. Like, I love cleaning. I love cooking. I love staying to myself. I love spending time with one person and, like, really getting to know them and, like, provide for them and, like, be good with them. You know, like, that's the type of person I am. I don't know if it's because I'm from Europe. That's how I was raised. Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot kind of changed in the world in the period of time that I was born, you know, because before you would be born and everyone's, at least in Europe, like, you grow up and you're taught to, like, be a wife.
Damn,
you know?
were born in 2001.
No, 2000.
2000.
Not on one.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, like.
Wait. 20. So
2000.
you're not even.
I'm not 21 yet. No, I'm 21 in June.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was born with the years. If it's 2021, that means I'm turning 21 or I'm 20.
Right. Sure.
If it's 2022.
That is crazy.
I like it.
2000.
I like it.
No, it's not bad. I mean, it's since when you were born. That's okay. That's just crazy. Like, when I say those numbers out loud, it's like insane.
I'm like, thank God. I'm like, I was born at the perfect time, I feel like. But yeah, no, when growing up, I was taught to just, like, you know, be a wife. You're going to get married eventually. And then I moved to fucking America and they're like, sluts, alcohol, drugs, money, no marriage. Fuck that. And I'm like, fuck, okay. You know, so I'm in the middle of all of this and I'm just trying to get married, girl. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I'm manifesting it at this point. It's going to happen. I just don't know with who. It'll be soon.
It'll come one way or another.
Yeah, for sure.
But it has to come with those boxes that you mentioned.
Ideally, yes. Ideally, I'm married before I'm 22 or by the time I'm 22. And then
somebody who's over 6'2", somebody who's got his shit together,
together. Yeah, I found myself maintaining my boyfriends in the past, so that's why that's one of the boxes. It's like, I don't need you to be a millionaire. I don't need you to be rich. I just need you to have drive, have something you like to do, and something that brings you an income, and have, like, a motivation, you know?
Sure.
Like, when I wake up in the mornings, I'm like, music, you know? And, like, I'm focused on that, and that's my passion. Like, my person, like, he needs to have a passion. He needs to have, like, what he does, and, like, something that brings him a steady income. You don't have to be rich, but, like, you know, like, somewhere where we can work in the middle. Yeah. I found myself, like, paying for everything in our relationship, which is fine. Like, if you can't afford it right now, like, and you need food, obviously I'm gonna do it. But it comes to a point where they start leeching off of you, and, like, they don't pay rent, they stay with you every day. Well, you cook for them, dinner, laundry. You're their fucking mother, and, you know, they don't really bring anything to the relationship.
Yeah, I mean, that's the opposite of the box that you wanted to take. So that's
why I'm like, those boxes have to be there, because if not, I will just go right back to someone like that.
Well, you're an interesting human being.
Yeah, no, my brain is just weird.
I would love to talk for, I mean, I know I could talk for many more hours, but I'm trying to stick with an hour episodes, because this is.
We can always do a part 2 if you guys like it or have any more questions.
We could, yeah. Next time you come to LA.
Yeah, I think I might come in 2 weeks again. So
sure, yeah, we'll do another episode, because
hell yeah.
I'm trying. I did an episode that took. It was like 2 hours and a half.
That's a lot to edit.
Yeah, the editing part is like, because I'm like doing all this by myself, and it's just it fucking.
It's a lot, but trust me, it's gonna go well. I had such a good feeling about this podcast. Like, when you hit me up at first, I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, what is this? Right. And then I checked you out and I was like, hell yeah, like, that's so cool. Like, it looks like such a vibe. I definitely think maybe this is the episode that blows everything up. It probably will be, just because I'm manifesting it.
Hey, I told you I was going to ask you for something. There it is.
I got you, honestly. I just have really, like, I hate talking about myself in a good way, but, like, because it just sounds weird, but I feel like I have a really good energy around me.
Oh, you have great vibes.
Yeah, you like it?
Sure.
Okay, good.
100%.
I feel like I have really good energy around me, and whenever I do something, like, it goes really well.
Yeah.
So I know this podcast is going to be amazing. I have no idea what the fuck we just talked about for the past hour and a half, but I'm sure when you edit it, you will make me sound a little bit less crazy, and it'll just be really entertaining. Okay?
Make you sound less crazy.
A little bit less crazy, and it'll be more entertaining for sure. I can't wait to watch it.
I don't know if that's going to be possible because I haven't been talking at all.
I'm sorry, I talk a lot. I really
No, it's
do.
great. Listen, it's what I found out. Okay, first of all, my mom is a Gemini.
Okay.
So, and also I've had, God, I think you're like the 5th Gemini person on this show. And I love having Geminis on the show because they fucking talk.
We're just
for hours.
crazy.
My mom is one of those people who could sit there and literally have a conversation for 3 hours.
Yeah, I could talk to a wall.
Without a space in between words.
That's literally me, like, actually, like, but I think it's a good thing. You know, like, I hate it when I'm trying to have a conversation with someone and I can't, because that's really odd.
Sure.
If I want to talk to you, like, I'll talk to you about anything, the fucking air quality, like, anything. I'm such a babbler, and when I'm drunk, you don't even want to be next to me because I just won't shut up. I'll just ask questions here and there. I'm like, what is that? What is this? What is that? What is this? I'm like, I won't shut up.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, Geminis are cool because we do talk a lot, and we also somehow go through a really, like, similar shit all the time.
Pretty much, yeah, for the most part, I would say so.
For sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, this a friend of mine who's also a Gemini who was on this show. She was in Miami recently. She was in LA. She's from Canada. Okay. She came to LA. I think she went to New York. She came to LA. She went to Miami. Now she's in Turkey.
Oh wow.
I don't know where she's gonna go. I think she's gonna go back to Miami.
Geminis kind of move around a lot. We just
like,
jump and go places.
It's yeah.
But honestly, I loved it. Thank you so much for having me. Like, it was so fun. I hope I gave you good quality content. Like, I know we could have talked about so much else, but there was just so much to talk about. So we definitely need a part 2.
Absolutely. No,
like, maybe I'll bring my best friend and we can share some of our crazy stories together, because that's a complete different story. Like, I've been with this girl forever.
I love that idea. I love that idea.
We could do a little 3 people podcast and it'll be fun for sure.
Appreciate you, Keella.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. Like, subscribe, comment. Make sure that you blow this up and send this to, like, your best friend, because it'll be fun.
And as always, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and we'll see you on the next episode of Unattainable.